Brittany Saul, and this is my informative speech for public speaking. So suicide is becoming more and more prevalent over the last few years, and there's a lot more light shined on suicide lately. And it's not just for firefighters and EMS, it also is affecting college students, high school kids, and we're even seeing more of the even younger than high school kids committing suicide over the last few years. For first responders, PTSD is becoming more well known and acknowledged. However, the suicide rates are continuing to go up, so acknowledging and treating PTSD is not the only factor in this. Today I'll discuss a little bit about PTSD, the signs and symptoms of PTSD, what to look for in coworkers and family who might be showing signs of depression or thoughts of suicide, and we'll talk about a couple of references that might help in times of crisis. So first, what is PTSD? PTSD initially is what stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. It started being known more in the military, and that focuses more on one major event that the soldiers will see, or the military will see, that affects them long term. For first responders, it changes a little bit because we have numerous smaller scale events that can stay with us and affect us for a long time. And so the type of PTSD that we have is different than what the military has seen. Signs and symptoms of PTSD. One of the biggest ones that we'll hear about are nightmares or recurring visions of the incident that happened. It could be a bad car accident that we were on or something that happened to someone personally, but if you're reliving it numerous times for several days straight, or even on to weeks straight, these are signs and symptoms of PTSD. Mood changes are another big one. If you're kind of withdrawn and don't really want to talk, or more angry than usual, that can also be a sign. And then trouble sleeping, just in general, you're really restless, you can't fall asleep, are more signs and symptoms of PTSD. Next, according to Christine Powell, in an article called Firefighters and Trauma, that was published in March of 2017, a study that was done said that 12.6% of first responders show signs and symptoms of PTSD and suicidal thoughts, which is significantly higher than the general population, which shows 6.8% of the population has signs and symptoms of PTSD or suicidal thoughts. So this is becoming more of a crisis for first responders and firefighters. And so it is in good time that it is becoming more recognized and acknowledged. In another article written there, that did a study in 2017, there were more suicides in 1 year for the fire service than there were line of duty deaths. So it has now surpassed that and is continuing to grow. So there are some other factors that can lead to suicidal thoughts. It's not just for first responders. It's not only calls and PTSD that kind of lead to this. It can be marital issues at home, because we do work really weird schedules and there's a lot of stress involved in our jobs. Other things are financial problems. And then for students and other general population, the balance between work, home, and school can also cause several issues and lead down the suicidal thought route. Lastly, if you notice signs and symptoms of PTSD or anyone that you know starts to be withdrawn or having problems, there are numerous resources that can be used. The first line is beginning to be acknowledged as peer support. So peer support is a group of people that are similar in age, that have very similar vision or views of things as you do, and have a similar career, have seen similar things. And the idea behind peer support is you can talk to someone that might know exactly what you're going through and has been there or has some good advice to help you get through it. That would be the first line. If peer support doesn't work initially, the next step up would be EAP. And EAP is the Employee Assistance Program. And the Employee Assistance Program is designed so that the employer will pay for a couple of sessions, and it depends on the employer how many they'll pay for. But at the end of the paid for sessions, the therapist that you're assigned is either supposed to clear you and say that you are okay to continue back to your normal daily activities and not need to continue seeing someone, or they are required to refer you to someone that could better specialize in helping you through that situation. So this would be the next lineup. And then, so suicide is becoming more prevalent over the last couple of years. It's more frequent. So now that you know the statistics, some of the studies that have been done, the signs and symptoms of PTSD and what to look for in your coworkers, I hope you'll be willing to help someone if you see them ever struggling. Thank you for your time.